What's up, guys? We're going to try a new thing here. We're going to do some F1 coverage. So we're going to start off with some coverage of the Australian GP here happening this week in Melbourne. So we've had the first two practice sessions already. They were last night. I don't think you watched them.
I did not.
Little backstory. I've been watching F1 for years. I'm very into it.
Yeah.
Ananya is brand new to this.
I started like last week.
Yeah, he watched Drive to Survive after it just came out. For those of you who are fans, you know Drive to Survive comes out like immediately before a new season starts.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to kind of like jump into the new season and get a recap. But yeah, well, I guess real quick, what did you think of the Drive to Survive?
I think it was sick.
It's the first time you've seen it. It's been going on for 7 years now.
True. Yeah, no, I really liked it. I think my only comparison to that would be there's a thing called UFC Embedded.
Okay.
That they put on their YouTube channel right before any pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes over like the main fighters on the main card, and like it's very similar where they'll like show them training, show them like just hanging out at their house or whatever. But those are like an hour.
Yeah.
It's an hour, and it's just for that pay-per-view.
Yeah, just for that one card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this was super cool because you got to see like legit every single team. And it's not just the drivers, it's like the team principals, it's like the owners, you see everyone.
Yeah, the thing I really like about it too is just the level of background you get to see. And you get to see a lot of like behind the scenes that you don't see on a normal race weekend with the broadcast.
Facts.
As well as like they do those interviews in that dark room with all the drivers, so you kind of get them to answer questions that aren't asked all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been going on for a long time. I really got sucked in during COVID.
True.
So 2020 was probably when I followed my first main season, and 2020 was a short season. They canceled a bunch of the races. I think they ended up having, I want to say it was like 12 or 13.
Dang, okay.
And the calendar's back up to 24.
24, okay.
Yeah, so we're at a lot of races now. There were 23 last year, and I think it's at 24 this year.
True.
Not 100% sure, but I think it's at 24 this year. It's 24 or 23.
Yeah.
So it'll go. This weekend's the first one. It will end in December, the season. We actually don't have a ton of time off anymore. We used to get like 3 months off in the off season. It's not even that. It's like a month and a half maybe before we start seeing stuff come out for like the new season.
Facts.
Car announcements, liveries, and then testing.
True.
But yeah, going into the Australian GP here, really exciting. The first two practices, McLaren and Ferrari look fast. I don't know if Red Bull's looking quite as fast. They looked a little bit off of it, but they kind of have a record of being able to go overnight into the second day and making some gains, so they might be able to bring something back here.
True.
But I think Max was about 7th in free practice too.
Okay.
Which it's not totally representative because they're going to be running different fuel levels and doing different practice runs, but typically in free practice too, they're practicing qualifying.
True.
Because it's the same time of day that qualifying happens the next day, so theoretically you have the most identical conditions.
True.
So what we're going to do here, guys, we're going to make some predictions for how we think this weekend's going to go.
Yep.
So we're actually recording this on Friday in the States, which it's already Saturday in Australia. Free practice 3 should be just starting here in a few minutes, and then qualifying is going to be on tonight. So we're going to make some qualifying predictions and then tell you who we think is going to win the race here as well.
Yeah.
So you want to kick us off first?
Facts.
So
qualifying,
who do you think is P3? We're going to do the top 3 for each. We're not going to do like a full top 10.
I'm going to say Max.
Okay.
Again, this is a very new
P3.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, you're just guessing.
There's no knowledge behind it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say Max for P3.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Lewis Hamilton for P2. And then, not Lewis Hamilton. His teammate, Charles Leclerc. Yeah. And then first I'm going Lando.
Okay. So
you got the shirt on.
Yes, I got Lando's shirt on. I do. I'm a huge Lando fan, by the way. I'm all in Lando Championship this season. We're on it. We're on the train. He's doing it.
Hell yeah.
So I also have Lando first. I think he's going to be able to pull out pole here. He's got pretty good qualifying pace. But that Ferrari does look fast, and I think Leclerc is going to be right up there with him. I don't think Lewis is going to be quite as close. I think he's going to be like 4th or 5th, probably a 10th or 2 off of where they are. But yeah, I think it's going to be Lando, Leclerc, and then P3 is Piastri, the other
true.
McLaren driver.
Yeah.
It's his home race.
True.
He is also pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
He towards the end of last year fell off a little bit, but he's been pretty close to Lando. But Lando tends to have better qualifying pace.
True.
So just one lap, he tends to be a bit quicker.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we'll see tonight. I think we'll see McLaren right up there and Ferrari right up there, and I think they're going to be the main contenders. Other than that, I'm hoping for a special shout out to Williams. They're still looking fast after being not so great for the past few years. And Sainz is right up there with all the other drivers. So hopefully he'll be able to bring something up and kind of show off in qualifying. And that car is not going to be as slow as we've seen it be for the past. Because they used to be, you saw Williams like in the show.
Yeah.
They used to be like a championship winning team, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, and even before that. And then they kind of had a drop off.
True.
So it'll be exciting to see if they can bring it back here and continue to do that, get back into winning form.
Facts.
But yeah, I think that settles it for qualifying there. And then we got the race coming up on Sunday. It's going to be Saturday at midnight here for us. But for the race, much longer, not just one lap. I think I'm going to end up with, it's probably going to be, ooh, this is tough, see, and it doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. Like, both of us are totally guessing. I have a little more informative guess, but it's still a guess. Anything to that. The front four could wreck in turn one.
Right.
I'm going to go Leclerc, P3.
True. Okay.
Yeah. What's your P3? Let's do this. We'll break it up a little more. So we'll do P3s, P2, and then P1.
Facts. No, I'm honestly out of the same order. Just because it's a guess.
Okay, staying the same. So you got Max.
Max, yeah.
P2, I think we're going to see Piastri.
True, okay.
And you had Leclerc.
I had Leclerc. I could be swayed to Piastri for third, and then Leclerc for second.
Okay. Yeah. I think Max, unless we see something crazy tonight in qualifying, there's a good chance he's going to be a little bit further back, at least this weekend.
True.
They'll have upgrades coming throughout the season, so I don't think it's going to stay that way, but it looks like they're a little bit off.
True.
So P2, I'm going to stick with Piastri.
Okay,
so you got
Lando for one.
Lando won, and I think Lando's going to win too. We're hoping Lando's going to win.
Yeah.
We want McLaren double championship here, constructors and drivers. But yeah, it looks like we're winding up for an absolutely crazy season. Everyone is super close together, so hopefully we'll see that here. And looking forward to the first race of the year, and we're in it. We'll catch you guys later. We'll do a little race recap early next week.
Dose.